to first of all thank the organisers for organising this on a Friday evening and for being so good about making sure that it isn't going to... Oh, sorry. Hello, Ballyclare. Hello. I want to thank everyone who's here coming along tonight, and particularly thank the organisers, because I know how difficult it is these days with 24-hour television to get people out and on a Friday evening, and also to say how good it is that they have managed to stop the rain. So there's no rain here, and I told Ben that it doesn't always rain in Northern Ireland. and you all know we've had some lovely weather recently. I'm particularly pleased, obviously, to be on a platform with Ben Habib, who I've worked closely with. Ben has been absolutely amazing in his dedication to the campaign and the fight against the protocol from the very beginning. And his effort and his work has done so much to make sure that through the media, particularly in Great Britain, that more and more people are beginning to understand just how shocking our government was to allow the separation of our country in the way they have done. And this is going to get worse. I also want to say how good it is to be sharing a platform with what I have always said, the most principled politician in Northern Ireland, and that is Jim. Now, I've been doing these kind of rallies, and it's lovely to get a local community rally like this, and we want to get lots of them all over Northern Ireland, but we've been doing them for some years since the protocol began. We stopped when it looked like the Democratic Unionist Party was going to formally support staying out of Stormont until they got their 7 tests. Well, they're now back in Stormont, and I don't see any sign of the 7 tests having been met. But what I do find very, very annoying was that we had all these rallies where on the platform with us here, with the same people, sometimes with Jamie, sometimes not, with Jeffrey Donaldson. And Jeffrey Donaldson stood on these platforms and committed to so many things that we were all committing to in terms of fighting the protocol and campaigning against the protocol. And then suddenly he changed. Suddenly this document was produced, Safeguarding the Union. And Jeffrey decided that he was going back into Stormont. And what I found so shocking, not actually that he'd made the decision to go back into Stormont, because that was something that the party had decided. They obviously thought that the people of Northern Ireland wanted their assembly back, and haven't we seen how many wonderful things the assembly have done since they've been back? Have you noticed? However, what really annoyed me was that he didn't tell the truth. He said that everything had been sorted. He said that the Safeguarding the Union paper, the document, was giving us everything that we had asked for. That was, and I have to say it here in Ballyclare, that was a lie. And we have seen that now. We have seen that now even more, and there'll be other speakers will make more about the Rwanda bill and how now that's been ruled out to be able to be applicable here in Northern Ireland. The legacy bill, whatever you think about it, now implying that that can't work either, all because of Article 2 of the protocol. And therefore we have been left, all of us in Northern Ireland, whether you voted to leave the EU or not, it was a United Kingdom vote, and the people voted to leave. Northern Ireland has not been able to leave. We have been left under European Union rule. We have 300 laws already that we have to comply with. We have no say in it. We have absolutely no democratic input. And as for the safeguarding of the so-called Stormont block, that has shown to be meaningless as well. So there is absolutely nothing in that safeguarding the union document that the DUP could have said had made a difference that allowed them to go back. If they wanted to go back, they should have been honest and said, we're going back because we're going back, but we're going to continue to fight against the protocol. Now they've got their hands tied behind their back because they've gone in saying everything was solved. And that is a really, really difficult now for them over the next month or two, where every week we see something different. And I just want to say one other thing with Ben being here. One of the things that I've always felt when I was a full-time Member of Parliament for 30 years in London, but I kept coming back, I was here a lot. And one of the things that I always felt was very sad really, that a lot of unionist politicians seem to want Northern Ireland to be different from the rest of the United Kingdom, seem to want things to be special in Northern Ireland. And my view is very clear, that if we want Great Britain, people in Great Britain to care about Northern Ireland, then we have to care about the rest of Great Britain and prove that we're part of the United Kingdom. And that's why I really welcome the link up between the Reform Party in Great Britain and the traditional unionist voice, because that is going to bring us more closely together. We can't keep saying we want things to be different here. We have to accept that if we are part of the United Kingdom, whether we like the government or not, and we certainly don't like the current government, and we probably won't like the next one even more, the reality is that it's our country, and democracy chooses who the government is going to be. And that's my message here really ending, is that, you know, whenever I look at the results in Northern Ireland, whether it's in the Assembly elections or in the general elections, we cannot seem to get pro-union people out to vote. And that is why we are losing seats. Not because people have gone off the union, not because there is a majority for anything other than being part of the United Kingdom, but we have to show that, and we have to show it at the ballot box. And we don't get to vote unless we're on the electoral register. So every one of you should be making sure that all your friends, and particularly young people, are actually registered to vote, and that they come out to vote. And also, I think a very strong message is that no political party, no matter what their history, can demand that they are the only party that can save the union. You have to look at what principles those parties have. You have to look at what their actions are, and not just their words. So I would say to you in Ballyclare, you keep strong, keep solid. The union is safe, but we have to make sure that the protocol, which is destroying the links between between our country, between Northern Ireland and the rest of the United Kingdom, that Windsor framework, that protocol has to go. And it will go if we stay strong and principled. Thank you.